Okay, so our next step is to scroll out here. What we're going to do is start making copies of this shape, all right? Making sure changing the color, rotating it, and then you're going to just continue to do that all the way around. The first one you want to start with is red, okay? So I'm going to actually double click on where it says shape 1 and hit 0. And this is going to be 0. 0 is equivalent to the the name of the hue that I need to put in. So if you go to the assignment, hang on a second, if you go to that handout that I sent you, present something different. Mama, can I have apples? Yeah. Mommy's presenting. Excuse her. If we go to color wheel, okay. If you go to this color wheel instructions, if you come down here at the bottom, you'll see there's 17 layers involved, each having a hue number, okay? And I'm going to identify each layer with the hue number. And that's just going to make it easier for you for the jumping back and forth, because you'll always know if you label your layer with the number that you have to put in the H value, which I'm going to show you. If you always put your number as the layer, then if you look back and you're having any trouble, that will be a reminder to which one you're working with. So like I said, if I come back here, I label it 0. My next step is to click A on the keyboard, and that's going to bring the fill involved here, the fill and the stroke. See, we still don't have a stroke, but we do have a fill. I'm going to click on the fill and then to the color picker. And you need the S to be a 100, the B to 100, always. That never changes throughout this whole process. The only thing you're ever going to change is the H value. You can see that my H value is already 0, which matches up with the 0 I labeled my layer. And then I click OK. So this is the correct color. Now we're moving on. So the first thing you're going to do is duplicate. Now that you've got it the right color, you're going to duplicate this layer. You do that by hitting Control J on the keyboard, and you'll see 0 copy comes up. I'm going to double click on here, and I'm going to label it the next number in line. So if I went to that handout that I showed you, and I go down to the next one is 22. I click 22, and then it's nice and labeled. I come up here, and I need to rotate it. Okay, so to rotate it, I need my transform controls. Okay, and I'm going to rotate it around. I need to take my target, put it in the center, and up here, at this where the angle is, I'm going to type 22.5. And it's always 22.5. And you always do that after you put your target in the center. Once you've done that, hit enter on the keyboard. And there we are. The copy that we made is now rotated. Okay? I'm going to hit the arrow. That just reminds this to reset, kind of. I hit A on the keyboard. That will bring up the colors. From the colors, I go to the color picker. And this time, it's not 0, but look at right here. This is my reminder. It's 22. So I click 22, and I hit OK. Change the colors. You just do it again. Control J on the keyboard. Change this to the next number in line, 45. Enter on the keyboard. Next job is to rotate it. So I'm going to click up here on the transform controls, take my target, move it to the center. Come up here at the angle, type in 22.5. Hit enter on the keyboard, and you can see it move. Next, change the color. Click the arrow to reset. A on the keyboard, go to the color picker, and this time, what's the number? This is why we label our layers, so I don't have to keep looking back and forth. 45. Hit OK. Do it again. Control J on the keyboard. label is the next number, 67. 67, enter on the keyboard. From here, transform controls. Move my target to the center. This one is locking because it's so close to the other one, so I'm going to zoom in so I can move it over correctly so it's where it's supposed to be, that target. Then 22.5. And you can see, there it is rotated. Now, reset it, and A on the keyboard, change it to 67. H becomes 67, enter on the keyboard. Hit OK, and you just keep doing that over and over until you get to the end. I'm going to pick up the next section after I've gotten to my 355.